Hey everybody, it's Lala. Okay, I had to drop everything and put this video out to you guys because I am over it with R&B Divas LA. Okay, the finale aired last night, Wednesday night, and I'm watching it. I had to catch up this morning because I wasn't feeling well last night, so I went to bed. I got to catch up with Preachers of LA, which I will be doing very shortly, and my video will be out on time. But R&B Divas of LA. A lot of people are probably not going to agree with me on this, okay? And I may get some thumbs down, which is not something that I'm used to, but you know what? I don't fucking care, okay? I feel like these ladies have been super duper petty with Shantae, okay? I'm listening, I'm watching reviews, from, the people that I absolutely love, and I hate the fact that I got to disagree with everybody, but I do, okay? First of all, let me just say this real quick, because this is just like my thoughts. It's not really a recap. This is my thoughts about the entire season, okay? And like the main stuff. I'm probably not going to talk about every little thing. Michel'le and her dealing with her suicide attempt and depression. It's a serious thing, and it would break my heart to see her breaking down and crying all the time in the beginning of the season. But I'm so happy that she got help and that the ladies, recognized that there was a problem and got together to do a little intervention for her. She seems like she's doing much better. If she's not, it wasn't as obvious. It wasn't like bleeding out into every scene that she was in, but it's just good to see that she was doing better, and I'm all here for it. I love Michel'le. She's a sweetie pie. She can be loopy sometimes, but you know what, so can I, and I just adore her. And you know what? After a couple of episodes in the first season, I got used to her voice. So, yeah, that's Michel'le. Leela James. I love Leela. I really do. She's like rambunctious, and she's just like kind of real, and she could be a little hood sometimes, but she could be proper when she needed to be. She just seemed to be very, very true to herself, I didn't really like how she was always shutting Chrisette down when Chrisette was trying to do the whole let's breathe and kumbaya, let's get together and just have peaceful minds and hearts and everything. And she was just like, oh, come on, you always trying to be a Yanla, Van Zant, and da-da-da-da, and Dr. Phil. She could have calmed that down a little bit. Be open. Like, everybody is not the same. And that is basically going to be the theme of what I have to say about the season. Everybody is not going to be the same. Everybody doesn't have the same personality. Everybody doesn't handle situations the same way. Okay? Leela's cool. She's great. Love her. Love that hair. I would give anything to have hair like her. Oh my gosh. Seriously. It would just be like this all the time. Just smacking people in the face when I turn around. So I'm so here for her hair. Who else is it? Who else do I have to talk about real quick? I'm going to save Claudette a little bit for the end just because of how the last episode was. Or the last two episodes. Let me see, Michel'le. Okay, now, Little Mo, Chrisette Michele, and let me just say this. I love Chrisette Michele. I love her voice. I love her music. I love her personality. She's like, very eccentric, and, she can be goofy sometimes and just free. She's free-spirited and very deep. But she's also too fucking sensitive, and it really started to frustrate me. Like, I get why she said that she was no longer going to do reality TV. Okay, she said it a little early on when everybody was just loving her and everything that she was giving us. But at the end of the season, I get it, because it was starting to make her look bad. She was just way too sensitive. She was taking stuff to heart that really wasn't necessary to take to heart. And it was just too much. She overestimated her relationship with Shantae Moore, in my opinion. Okay? You guys just met. Shantae does not have to tell you everything about her life and what she's going through. Everybody is not an open book. Okay? People share with you what they want to share with you. And it doesn't mean that they don't like you. It's just that everything ain't for everybody to know. And I feel like I was watching the Scorpion show. Shout out to Kevin. And Dennis, I love that channel, and I love, them reviewing R&B Divas and how they have their different opinions and stuff like that. But I can't get down with the whole Little Mo thing. Little Mo called in last week to the Scorpion show to give her side And I repeat, and I stress her side of the story with the whole season and dealing with Shantae. It was very one-sided. Lil Mo talking about how she talked about her divorce and the stuff that was going on with her and her family for like the first 4 weeks, and none of it made the show. It was all cut out except for that one part where she was telling her kids that, you know, mommy and daddy, or that she wasn't with her husband anymore, and they kind of talked about it. That was pretty much it. Okay, what we know about her divorce and everything was basically, you know, mostly from her speaking out on her own in interviews and stuff like that in social media or whatever. But they didn't really stress it a whole lot on the show. She said that she talked about it and cried every single day for 4 whole weeks, and it didn't make the show. That does not mean, okay, that if you talked about it for 4 weeks and you broke down crying every 5 seconds, you were putting it out there, okay? They just decided not to use it, but you put it out there. So to say that you guys go back and forth, it's like, you know, they're saying on the show, like, when they're confronting Shantae at the dinner, it's like, you know, it's not the Shantae show and everything is all about you and you're long-winded and all you do is talk about yourself and you're all into yourself. But then on the same hand, you complain about the fact that she's not telling anybody anything that's going on with her personal life. And if she did tell you guys, then you'd understand her better and you'd be able to be there for her. Either it's the Shantae show and she's talking about herself too much, or she's not talking about herself at all and everybody's in the dark. Which one is it? Okay, pick one. I feel like the ladies were being super fucking petty and it was just frustrating me to no end. And now I got my favorite YouTubers going off on Shantae, and I'm like, God damn it, like, I don't see that. All I see is a bunch of stuff that doesn't make sense and the ladies jumping on this girl. Okay, now I will say this: Shantae has done some things and she said some things that can be off-putting. Okay, in the beginning of the season, she was like, this is about work, it's not about making friends or whatever, you know, I'm here to work. That can be off-putting. I get that. But honestly, after the first season, when you have a relationship or you believe you have a close relationship with somebody like Kelly, you know, Bobblehead Price, and she turns around and treats you like this or whatever, I would probably have the same, you know, I would probably come to the table with the same attitude. And then during the off season, you got Lil Mo taking a picture with my ex-husband while I'm in the middle of a divorce and a custody battle with him, and you're talking about he's a good guy. I don't know who my friends are anymore. Because that's not some shit that a friend would do. It just is what it is. You knew, Little Mo knew what was going on with Shantae Moore and Kenny Lattimore. She knew because Shantae told her about it in the first season. And apparently they were friends behind the cameras, you know, on the off season. You do something like that, you're not a fucking friend. Because that's not cool and I wouldn't appreciate it either. So if I'm seeing this happen in the blogs or whatever or on social media, and you standing in my face all kikiing and stuff like that, I don't really know if I can trust you. I don't know who's my friend anymore. Okay? And I don't know what happened between Shantae and Michel'le, because Michel'le was kind of low-key, you know, like, yeah, Shantae, I saw the evil side and all that other stuff, and Little Mo said something about her yelling at her. I don't know. They didn't show that, so I'm not going to speak on it, because if it wasn't shown, it wasn't shown. Okay, all I know is when Little Mo called up on a Scorpion show, everything was, I wouldn't handle it that way, and this is not what I do, and this is not how I would say this, and this is not how I would do this. So, you know, Shantae was this and Shantae was that, and she was changing from one day to the next, and then she was real quiet or whatever, and then she would every time she was on camera, it was all about her, and she was trying to get all the attention. The other thing, when Shantae said at the when they were in the rainforest, okay, and Little Mo and Chrisette were attacking Shantae, because you don't, first of all, Chrisette, if you want to talk to somebody about tensions and about tension and things that are going on, you know, amongst the women and how things just aren't right now, so let's hash it out. Stop being passive aggressive. Stop dancing around stuff and beating around the bush. That, you know, when the leaves fall off of the trees and stuff and they go on the ground and then that it becomes the soil and then things grow from the death, and I just want to lay things. Just say, look, you know, we're out here now. This is the perfect time for us to talk about what's going on. You know, in between us, I feel tension. I feel like things aren't right, and I want to talk to you about it so we can put it to rest. Boom. I don't know if you had to dance around it to make the scene longer or what, but just say what the fuck you gotta say. Like, and then Shantae was quiet because you guys were already a united front, and she was there by herself. What is she gonna say? What is she gonna say? Honestly, because when she did start talking, every time she said something, y'all would jump on her and cut her off and twist everything around or whatever and not give her a chance to explain herself. She said she was getting tired of explaining herself. Every time she turned around, people were mad at her when she didn't say anything or do anything. Everything is not to be discussed all the time. Everybody talking about how they all got stuff going on. Okay, well, if you all got stuff going on, then you understand why I'm in my bag right now and why I'm feeling some type of way, because I got shit going on. I was late to getting to Puerto Rico because I'm dealing with custody. I'm dealing with my kids. I'm late to work because I'm dealing with my kids, and my children come first, okay? If you didn't know what was going on with me, somebody found out somehow because you were talking about it before I got there, okay? Now, when Shantae told Chrisette and little Mo, you know, you wouldn't be in my, if it wasn't for this show, you wouldn't even be in my presence. I don't understand why everybody believes that that's Shantae telling Chrisette Michel'le that she's irrelevant. I don't care what delusional person they may think that she is. She would never in her right mind stand on camera and tell Chrisette Michel'le that she's irrelevant, knowing full well that Chrisette Michel'le is the most relevant person on the cast this season. Okay, Shantae Moore knows that. She doesn't seem to be threatened to me by any of the beauty or the talent that the other women have. She seems to have enough going on with herself. She did want to be recognized for it. I give her that. You have to stand up for yourself because nobody else is going to do that for you. And I would feel some type of way if everybody had a part in the song and all I'm doing is singing background. Because if my name is going to be on it, I want to actually contribute the way everyone else is contributing. So I give that to her. The ladies' anthem was bullshit, okay? The ladies' anthem was bullshit. I will take that. I will acknowledge that. Shantae did not handle it properly. Her management fucked it up completely, okay? And I would laugh at some shit like that too. It was unprofessional. It just was what it was. It was a bad move. It was a bad decision. Shantae seemed like she felt like she had to, you know, defend her management because that's her management team. But they fucked up. You don't send no little raggedy ass email or whatever, and that's supposed to be a contract, and you misspelling things and stuff like that with no letterhead. Like, everybody knows that. I didn't go to business school. But everybody knows that being professional is being professional. And there's a certain way to do things. And that was just ass backwards. It was stupid. It was retarded. It was everything else. Excuse me for using that word. But it was just the wrong way to handle it. Okay? Great. Now we're done with that. We've acknowledged that. Basically, all Shantae was saying about you being in my presence was that if it wasn't for this show, I would not spend time with women who clearly don't like me. Okay? I'm not going to be here with you hanging out in the rainforest when you don't fuck with me like that, and it's clearly obvious in everything that you do and say to me. The way that you act, it's obvious. You don't like me. You don't fuck with me. I'm over here doing my thing, and you all are over there doing your thing. And when you talk about me and you bitch and complain in front of a camera and in front of a crew, it's going to get back to me that you don't like me. Anybody in their right mind could tell that there was a rift between Shantae Moore and the rest of the ladies, okay? That's what she meant. She wasn't calling Chrisette irrelevant. She was saying, if it wasn't for the show and the fact that I have this job to do, I would not be hanging out with you because you do not like me. That's it. And I don't understand how anybody got irrelevancy or you know, I'm more relevant than you are from that. Unless you're being petty and you just want to find something wrong with every fucking thing I say to you because you don't like me. Okay? Little Mo. Fuck the hair. Burn it. Kill it. The blonde is not working for you. The little bob is cute, but that's where you needed to end it. That's where you need to cut that shit off. I'm not here for the hair. It made my ears bleed every time you came on scene, on camera with that fucking blonde wig and all those other wigs that you, really? Okay? And for you to say that Shantae has a perversion, the spirit of perversion or perverted spirit, because she's wearing a bikini in the rainforest when you guys are on your way to a waterfall, yet it's completely okay with you to have threesomes with your husband and to let everybody in the world know that you have threesomes with your husband. You have no right to call somebody perverted or say that they have the spirit of perversion. Okay? That is not okay. You need to step back and take a look in the mirror first before you start casting, stones at somebody and always pleading the blood of Jesus and cussing somebody out in the name of the Lord. Okay? Calm it the fuck down. All right? Because you are ratchet as all hell and you acknowledge that and you do shit that's a little crazy. Okay? You are not the model Christian. So don't you dare even try to bring Christianity into the whole situation. You're being petty. Okay? And the fact that you can't even pinpoint the problem that you have with Shantae shows that you're being petty. Because when Shantae is like, what have I done to you? You can't come up with a logical explanation. All you do is just start throwing crazy shit out about her being evil and having spirits and all this other stuff. Like, I'm not evil. I'm not possessed. You got a problem with me, then you tell me what the problem is. You can't tell me what the problem is. You have no reason to have a problem with me. Okay? That's it. And when people are dealing with stressful situations, and I'm sorry for being so turned up right now, but I couldn't believe what I was watching and what I was listening to and what everybody was saying. Everybody's just like all on Shantae Moore like she's this horrible, horrible person. When people are dealing with stressful situations like divorce and a custody battle and losing your brother on the anniversary of losing your mother and things like that, and life is just crazy, everybody doesn't sit down in the middle of a circle and start venting and crying to everyone and giving out hugs and lighting candles and everything. Sometimes people shut down. Sometimes people close other people out. Sometimes people just get quiet, they get inside their head, and they deal with stuff the way that they deal with stuff. I do the same thing, okay? When things are getting too crazy, I don't pick up the phone and call everybody that I know so I can tell them that I'm feeling terrible and stuff. You probably won't hear from me because I'm not okay, okay? Everybody doesn't handle things the same way, little Mo. So just because you wouldn't do something a certain way doesn't mean that Shantae Moore is a bad person because she won't do it the way that you do it. Grow the fuck up. Seriously. Chrisette, stop being so goddamn sensitive because you're pissing me off. And I really love you as an artist. And I loved you in the beginning of the season. But I don't know who the hell you turned into at the end of the season. Just because you said that you're going to wear some 7-inch Louboutins, mind you, you could have just said 7-inch high heels. Okay, but you want to point out Louboutins? Then okay, fine. You point out the Louboutins. That's fine. Whatever. Okay. But if you're wearing 7-inch heels and I say I am too, how is that a horrible thing to say to somebody? What is that? I'm going to be wearing high heels too. I get it. Maybe we should do this. Shantae did miss rehearsal. She did miss the choreography rehearsal. She was late. She missed a lot of stuff because she had stuff going on. When she showed up, she tried to start changing stuff up to make it easier for her. That's not what you do. If you miss rehearsal and you show up late, you shut the fuck up and you let everybody show you what it is that you missed and you do it. That's it, Shantae. You don't have any creative, license here because you weren't here when things were being created. All right? So you just be quiet and you follow instructions. That's it. But I just can't. I can't. I'm hoping that Wendy Williams points out some of this petty shit during a reunion. I'm really, really praying that she does because it was like being in the Twilight Zone. I'm just like, nobody can see this. Everybody is jumping on Little Mo and Chrisette's side or whatever. And then when Claudette says something, you yell at her and tell her to stop talking because she doesn't talk. What the fuck? Like, she's neutral. She loves everybody. And she's not always there when you guys are shit talking Shantae all the time. And Shantae went to her because she was the only person that Shantae could go to. She was the only person on the cast who didn't fucking hate her. So she went to Claudette because that was all she had. And there was nothing wrong with Claudette trying to come to Shantae's defense or at least get the women back together. What happened at Claudette's family's house was crazy. You don't do that. Shantae didn't participate in the song that everybody else was making up and singing, and that's fine. If she didn't want to sing the song, she couldn't feel the vibe, she couldn't jump into it, she thought it should be handled differently. Everybody doesn't do the same thing all the time the same way. Okay? When she decided to turn around and look into Claudette's mother's eyes and sing a gospel song from the heart, that was what she chose to do. That was what she thought was the right way to handle the situation. And you're going to sit back there and start cackling and acting like fucking 4-year-olds. That was wrong. And it was disrespectful. Claudette should have said something, but it wasn't the right time to say something. It wasn't the right time to confront everybody. She's a sweet girl. She doesn't have to be confrontational all the time like everybody else is, okay? And when she does decide to speak up, you need to shut the fuck up and listen to her, because she's a sweet girl and maybe she has something nice to say. But because she's sitting on the side of the person that you don't like, you want her to shut the fuck up and just look pretty because it doesn't support your side. That's wrong. Yes. This is my opinion on the show. I probably forgot something or missed something, but I don't want to make the video too long. If you disagree with me, please feel free to put it in the comments. We can agree to disagree. If you agree with me, please let me know that I'm not the only person in this world that saw the situation the way I saw it, okay? Because it was making me crazy. I'm going to cover the reunion. I'm going to do that because I just really, really want to see how it's going to be handled. And I'm probably going to get pissed off about most of it. I love all of the women. I'm here for all of the women. Leela James, I love you. I love your hair. I love your voice, your personality. You're really sweet. You got some shit with you, but so does everyone else. Michel'le, the sweetest little thing in the whole world. We all got problems. I have a mental illness. I've dealt with depression. Never could try to commit suicide, but I know how it feels to want to go there. So I love Michel'le. I'm all here for her and her music and everything else. Chrisette Michelle, I love you. I really do. I love your music. You're a sweet girl. It seems like you got sucked into the reality TV monster, and it's not for you. You're right. Don't do it anymore. Stay far, far away from reality TV, okay? Because it is not your friend. We still love you though. Who else? Little Mo, lose the hair. Be yourself. But you know what? If you were friends with Shantae before, there's no reason for you to not be friends with her now and to totally not know who she is just because she handled things the way she handled things. Because true friends would understand what's going on with somebody, and instead of turning them into an instant enemy, they would try their best to figure shit out and sit down and talk to them instead of talking to everybody else about how you don't like the situation and feeding the fire. Okay? I'm still here for you, Mo. I love your voice. I love your music. You are a sweet girl, but get your shit together, okay? And don't go casting stones at people about perversions. All right, you gotta think before you speak. Shantae, was that it? Was that everybody? Shantae, Claudette, I love you. You're a sweet girl. I love your voice. I wish you the best in your future endeavors and your album and stuff like that. You're so beautiful and sweet. Stay that way. Nothing's wrong with you. You can stand up for yourself a little bit more, but don't change. Don't change, because you don't need to be evil and bitter like these other bitches can be. Don't do it. And Shantae, I get it, okay? I have been that person so many times that basically when somebody decides that they don't want to like you, there is nothing that you can do to change their mind. It just is what it is. If you talk, you're making too much fucking noise, and if you're quiet, then you're too quiet and you're shutting everybody out and nobody likes you. Nothing you can do will make it okay. And I get that. You got a beautiful voice. Keep on doing your little whistle note. If that's your signature, then you whistle your way to oblivion, honey, and fuck everybody else that's mad because they can't do it too. Okay? You're beautiful at your age. You got a beautiful body, a beautiful voice. You went through some shit. We all go through stuff. You handle it the way you handle it. And you find real friends with people who are your real friends. Because Little Mo wasn't acting like a real friend. And I feel you on that. Okay? You could be a little shady, and I admit that. But you know what? When people are coming at you like that, what the fuck are you supposed to do? Just sit down and just take the beating? No. Everybody else got in their feelings, and you stay calm most of the time. And that pisses people off to no end when everybody else is turned up and you're unbothered. So you know what? I'm here for you still. It is okay, and I get it. And if it wasn't for everybody turning on you so much, I probably would be on their side. But goddamn, they took every little thing that you possibly could do, and they made you the bad guy because they needed a bad guy, and you gave them just enough material to fit the bill as the bad guy for the episode, for the season. I'm here for you, Shantae. I'm here for all of y'all, but y'all need to get y'all shit together because this is not okay. All right, thank you guys for watching. I love you. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you later. Bye bye.